come out, but we're not.
Right. I mean, you were getting an expert opinion on something?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
If the state proffers that they're going to stick to asking about expert opinions, then I'll withdraw the objection. It certainly sounded like to me that she was asking about factual evidence about an incident in 2015.
Okay. But you're not establishing that fact through that witness. You're asking, why is this fact significant to you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. I don't think that violates that bifurcation order. All right, let's get the jury back and the witness. Is there anybody that knows that we need the jury back? I don't know. I think. We surprised y'all with a short break. All right, thank you. Go ahead, Ms. Fulton.
So I think when we left out, I was asking, what was of note to you in that song?
The 100 rounds in a Tahoe.
And why was that as an extra of note to you?
Because of the murder of Donovan Thomas. When he was murdered, he was standing outside of his Tahoe.
Okay. I'm going to show you what's already been admitted as 6 Exhibit 8Y. I'm going to also show you what's been admitted as 6 Exhibit 12Y, 27Y, 26Y, I'm sorry, 218Y, 174Y, 193Y, and 221Y. Is that the Tahoe that you were just referencing?
Yes.
Okay. And why was that of note because of that particular wording in the song?
It was because it was actual crime that was committed with a murder happening, and the fact that it was a rival between the two. It was a rival between the YSL crew and the Inglewood Family Bloods crew. Donovan Thomas was an Inglewood Family Blood. and it was significant for us in our investigation.
And when you were talking earlier about sometimes gang members use music in order to I'm gonna make sure we get the language right. In order to send messages to rival gangs, is this an example of that type of messaging?
It is.
Overruled.
It is.
Okay. Was there anything else of note to you in this particular song?
I think the part about killing 12.
And why was that of note?
Because the police is referred to as 12, and if you're, I guess, rapping or singing about killing somebody in law enforcement, that's not nice.
Let me ask you, this was in 2016. Were you aware of any incidents of YSL members alleged to have shot at police after 2016?
After 2016, yes, we had a police officer shot, a gang officer shot.
Objection, Your Honor. Same objection I raised previously.
Sustained.
Was there anything else of note to you in this particular song?
If you can refresh my memory with a copy of the lyrics, maybe.
I'll get you a copy because I think my copy has writing on it. My copy has writing on it, so we'll get you a copy. We'll go to the next song while we're getting you a copy. I'm going to go to State's Exhibit 539Y. Is that just how it is?
Yes.
Okay. Permission to publish, Your Honor.
Diamond speaker boo. Ooh, woo. I done fought the crew. Ooh, woo. I done did the robbing. I done did the jacking. Now I'm full rapping. I put on my brothers. I put on my bitch. Had to wear the dress. Cause I had a stick. You know where the bag at? Tell me where it is. I came from rest. Riches on the shit. I can no longer disguise a bitch. Cause I'm rich. I got cause good Lord, little bitch, cause I'm rich. I escaped every one of the list, cause I was supposed to be rich. I don't care about no cop, I'm telling you just how it is. Put it in a Uber, send it to a shooter. Ask me how they do it, kicking shit right you can. Put it in a cab, send it to an Arab. Hit them with the mat now, now it's a whole body scale. Cash on the delivery, hey, go talk of that century. Oh, no time for gibberish. All the critics hearing this, all the bitches lipstick, and her pussy slippery. I can call her troop, go by the name of Duke. Can't ever take a roots. I can send them moves. Niggas sold a chain, but they ain't worried, fool. I'ma keep on spinning till they tell me, ooh. Ooh, ooh, down the speaker, boo. Ooh, ooh, I done fought the crew. Woo woo. I done did the robbing. I done did the jacking. Now I'm full rapping. I put on my brothers. I put on my bitch. Had to wear the dress. Cause I had a stick. You know where the bag at? Tell me where it is. I came from rest. Riches on the shit. I can no longer disguise a bitch. Cause I'm rich. I got cause good Lord, little bitch, cause I'm rich. I escaped every one of the list, cause I was supposed to be rich. I don't care about no cop, I'm telling you just how it is. I don't gotta throw you shit like Captain. I got 7 bitches with me capping it. Yeah, I repeat Nipsey, I can tell you how to get rich. I can tell you how to die or how to live in this bitch. I can tell you how to talk the most impeccable shit. I can show you how to walk like you got decimals, bitch. Show you how to get the top from all the top 10 bitches. I got white Adderalls, I like my ceiling. I got lights on, baby, I got mouse in this bitch. No flats on, caught you like your mouse in this bitch. Grown tycoon, and I took some losses, you bitch. I'm a boss, but I don't like to take a loss in this bitch. Such a player, but I can't control all of my bitches. I got layers, I got millions, I got all type of billions. Fuck around and add a pussy nigga out like Lennon. Last nigga tried me, almost got popped in Linux. Ask the cops, ask the detectives, they know all the business. Ask the cops and the detectives, all the jurisdictions. Ask the kids at school who ambition, all the missions. Gave the lawyer close to 2 million, he handled all the killings. I don't know and I don't wanna know who flaws business. I don't know what's going, bro, I think they all spilling. We don't speak about shit on West, it's all my business. We known to kill the biggest cats of all kiddies. Ooh, ooh, diamond speaker boo. Ooh, ooh, I done fought the crew. Ooh, ooh, I done did the robbing. I done did the jacking. Now I'm full rapping. I put on my brothers. I put on my bitch. Had to wear the dress. Cause I had a stick. You know where the bag at? Tell me where it is. I came from rest. Riches on the shit. I can no longer disguise a bitch. Cause I'm rich. I got cause good Lord, little bitch. Cause I'm rich. I escaped every one of the list. Cause I was supposed to be rich. I don't care about no cop. I'm telling you just how it is.
When was this released on Mr. Williams' YouTube channel?
September 16, 2019.
What, if anything, was of note to you in this song?
We killed the biggest kitten of all kitties.
And why was that of significance to you?
Again, it reflected us back to the Donovan Thomas murder. He was a big person for the Inglewood family, Bloods. He was a high-ranking member, well-known, well-respected, I guess, among his gang.
Overruled.
Okay. Was there anything else of note to you in this song?
It was a part about I did the jacking and the robbing. Now I'm rapping.
Okay. And let me ask you specifically, in 2013, were you made aware of any robbery in which Mr. Williams was a person of interest?
Yes.
Okay. Did one of those involve an Archillian Bennett?
Yes.
Okay. Your Honor, we can approach.
Yeah, I think y'all might need to. All right, go ahead, Ms. Hilton.
Okay. So before we broke, we were talking about an incident May. Oh, sorry.
Turn back around. It's okay. Sid, go ahead. I'm sorry. You can go ahead.
Okay. All right. I'm going to show you what's been admitted as State's Exhibit 1AA. And you were speaking about brief. Do you know where this is or the location?
Look like Trussell Tree.
Okay. And are you aware of an Archillian Bennett?
Yes.
Okay. And I think you were talking earlier, based on your review of reports and information that you gathered as an expert, were you aware of a robbery of Archillian Bennett in May of 2013?
Yes.
Excuse me.
Sustained.
Were you aware of a police report involving Archillian Bennett,
Yes.
in which she alleges to have been robbed in 2013?
I object to what she said, and it's a leading question, and good facts and evidence. The jury already heard from the witness.
So I'm trying to narrow down the issue so we can get to the answer as an expert that she's reviewed and she's aware of
All right.
this.
So the jury will recall what the prior testimony was. Go ahead.
And as a part of that, are you aware who was a person of interest in that armed robbery?
Yes.
Who?
Jeffrey Williams.
Okay. And I'm going to show you what's been admitted as 23AA. Are you familiar with the individuals in that picture?
Yes.
Okay. Who were the two individuals in that picture?
Look like Jeffrey Williams and DK, and his name's not coming to me right now, but his nickname is DK. He's a YSL member.
Okay. Does the name Walter Murphy sound familiar?
Walter Murphy, yes.
All right. Now I'm going to also publish for you what has been marked as 170, or admitted, excuse me, as 175C alpha, starting at 4 minutes and 12 seconds.
Hello, this is a free call from
Adrian.
Hey.
So you got minutes on the phone. Bro, what's up, man? What to do, Brody?
You alright?
Hell yeah, man.
I just talked to them niggas thought, though.
What they talking about?
Shit.
Man, know how that nigga, man, them nigga down there got a nigga killed, boy.
Fuck you talking about, man? I seen
Little
that
nigga
shit,
DK,
man.
little nigga DK shot at 12, nigga.
Yeah, he said it.
For no reason, boy. He shooting for no
Yeah, he
reason,
said-
though.
That's why they started shooting that child.
Yeah, that nigga just started busting for no reason. Call that little young guy there. I'm like, hell no, boy. Hit Big Fred, hit his ass. Me and Thug got down. We get out the car and run. I just went the wrong motherfucking way, man. I should have fought Thug ass.
Fuck that
Everybody
wild.
down for a reason, though, man. They got to get this shit off his back anyway.
For sure, bro. Yeah, yeah. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, man. Damn, bro. We had to go like that, man.
Nah. Everything for a reason, though, man. You know what I mean? It was all set up. I did the same
What
thing
they
I did. Sitting around, goddamn, last night, goddamn, talking that bullshit. But I ain't gonna never goddamn do it like this. I never do this, man. Can't no
What they got you charged with, bro?
shit, but little punk ass little driving license, suspended license, little charge, goddamn, the aggravated assault. I ain't charged with none of that shit today. I could have gave him AC name and been at home child, man.
Yeah, that's what I thought you did. I kept telling the court, don't tell me
I
that
just know that I was a victim, man. I had to take out Rod, man, and they was shooting at me, and I was running for my life.
For sure. That what's up, nigga, cause goddamn, I ain't see DK don't pull out on that boy. All they know is Red, that nigga Red was trying to rob y'all.
Yeah, that's what they said, too.
For sure. They just let that nigga out, though.
Around, man.
They just let that nigga go, bro.
Yeah, they let the nigga go, man. Me and that nigga, he ran. I wasn't too far from him.
Nah.
He went to Mickey D, nigga. I went from around the laundromat to goddamn that Dollar King over there, trying to make it over there through Little Haiti for Cleveland E, goddamn, up through the top of that, and I go hit Jamal in my old apartments, goddamn, go down there and chill with Big Nick now. But shit, man, that whole goddamn come out of nowhere, boy, ran me clean over.
That was goddamn, that was thorough, man.
Big Nick out.
Yeah.
They hit you with the car.
Yeah, they ran me smack ass over, man. My mom broke my goddamn collarbone and shit, man.
You alright though, ain't it, bro?
Big ass knot on the back of my head.
That nigga escaped, brought the police back to the spot, bro.
He did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, went up there trying to get the fucking car?
Yeah, they what they told him, bring him to the person who he let the car to.
Nah, he come out, goddamn, I been down here chilling with Bean. He been staying down here and all this and shit.
Them folks car fucked up.
Yeah.
You don't even look like a nigga to survive in that motherfucker.
Fuck you so much, nigga.
That shit,
Alright, man.
that shit breaking news all day long, man. It's like that bitch on news all day long.
I'm on the news?
Yes, sir.
My picture and everything?
No, they just show you get in the police car.
Oh, shit, man. I made the news.
Well, that shit everywhere, man.
Hell.
Yeah.
Man, they really get out, man. They don't, like I said, everybody happen for a reason, though, man. Fuck it.
For sure,
I
bro.
don't
Get this shit out the way,
do
man.
shit with niggas like that anyway, so.
For sure, man. That was that's sad, man.
Like, I can't even think about this. I've been thinking about all that. Like, just told, babe, you know what I'm saying? Like, this shit crazy. This shit don't even seem real.
Fuck, man, broke over these niggas, man.
You drive your own shit. I don't give a fuck what's going on. You feel what I'm saying?
Because, like, nigga, you just stay here. We went to Ken shop first, right? But, you know, when you see shit, man, you gotta go on and get that shit. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta go on and get it, bro. I said the same thing. You
Man,
gotta go on
when
and
you
get
see it,
it
you
there.
gotta go on and get it right then. Man, we got them going back to the Ken shop. Okay, they coming out of Ken shop right there by the Chevron. Boom. Damn, man, they ride. I see them, I turn around, I'm following them, nigga. I follow them nigga all the way up there on Summerdale. So, okay, cool. Soon we see the tire, I said, give me a chance and let me see what the fuck this is in the tire first before you even get out the car, DK. Man, that nigga hopped out the car, man, and just started busting. Wow. 12 goddamn bag up, turn around, bag up. Niggas, by that time, they're trying to turn around and get up out that motherfucker. They run and hit me. Boom. Bump the car. I run clean through the goddamn gate, through Summerdale on the opposite side. Boom. He shooting through the car. Boom, 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 boom. Man, I'm talking about, man, I'm talking about bullet car sprint clean through the window, boy, down like it had went through my head, boy. I guess I came through my head and came out my face, boy. Bullet car clean through that motherfucker. Boom. Then I believe one of them niggas in the back shot Big Cub, man.
Big Clear the police shot.
12 shit. Big Cub, DK had to shoot that nigga. Cause 2-3 shots went off with the car. And we were jumping them hills and shit. So I was like, damn, boy. After we prayed, I'm glad one nigga didn't just hit me in the head and shoot me, boy, cause some nigga ran.
That nigga thought they got down Big Fred jumped out the car, the police shot, they was still shooting.
Nah, that nigga probably shot Big Cub. So him, Big Fred, and goddamn DK had to scrap. I wouldn't even scrap my 22 at home and my AR in the trunk. You get that $150 out the cup holder, bro?
Huh?
You got that $150 out my cup holder?
No, so say he had $150 to go buy the lean.
Nah, man.
Well, no money in the cup holder, bro.
That was my motherfucking money.
Yeah, he said he had the money to go buy the lean.
Nah, that nigga had them $50, $40. He didn't even have that because DK didn't even get him his 50. All that money was mine, and money came out of Buck hands. Well, he ain't had no business doing that. He made Buck got them come off 100. I told him, hell no, nigga got them go 50. You go 50.
Nah, Buck told me, yeah, you're $150.
No, they gave me nothing. I had a 50 of my own money. I had $350. They got $340, $5. I got to let Babe come down here and got them go to profit and get that shit. Come down here and sign a piece of paper. I got to fill out a profit release form or a waiver form.
And we're going to stop it at 10:46. In 2013, and have you looked at any reports of a armed robbery of an individual by the name of Derek Dotson?
Yes.
And who was a person, or who were some of the persons of interest in that particular case with the armed robbery of Derek Dotson?
Your Honor, again, I'm going to object on the bifurcation issue.
This
Overruled.
Computation clause, Your Honor. Just read the report.
Overruled.
Jeffrey Williams and Walter Murphy.
Have you heard of the name of Adrian Bean?
Yes.
And what about an individual by the name of Frederick Prothrow?
Yes.
And to your knowledge, was Mr. Williams ever charged with either the two incidents we just referred to?
No.
No, he wasn't, or no, you don't know?
No, he was never charged.
Okay. Next, I want to go to 537 Yankee.
And make sure that you know that we're all human beings. We all on the same earth. So with that being said, you can achieve anything, if not more than what you see other people achieving. And that's facts.
Smith and Martin Lawrence, I'm a bad boy. When he got off my ass and got to the cash and got in my bag, boy. You don't think it's sweet, I stay with the heat even though I'm a sad boy. You better watch the way you breathe around me for that breath be last, boy. I've been drinking red rats, boy. I've been chopping out these birds, McCoy. No one bet my rich $1 million 9 months. Overseas, honey skin, bitch, croissant. Rent the GTR, I love the crash cars. I'm a bad boy, so I got a bad bra. Futuristic ride, imported from Mars. Smith and Wesson 45, all of his arms. They don't play with me, kills they stay with me. Yo, baby, lay with me. Fell in love with my eyes, shit a hockey ring. Come to kick it, I'm not on the soccer team. They won't make it as part of my prophecy. Rap Simmons, that's my prodigy. I'ma do the dash, get to the bag, ain't no one as bad as me. Smith and Martin Lawrence, I'm a bad boy. When he got off my ass and got to the cash and got in my bag, boy. Don't think it's sweet, I stay with the heat even though I'm a sad boy. You better watch the way you breathe around me for that breath be last, boy. I've been drinking red rats, boy. I've been chopping out these birds, McCoy. No one bet my rich $1 million 9 months. Overseas, honey skin, bitch, croissant. Sticky, Ricky, I smoke Skittles, not no sticky. I shot at his money, now he no longer mention me. You say you want smoking, I've been coming down the chimney. You got barbecue, your bitches are so fried and they crispy. I had all my jealous when I shot at the cut. Act like you on water and they gon' smoke it like a plant. I'm just keeping it real, but your hunches being blunt. Porsche
he'd even know I'm a sad boy. You better watch the way you breathe around me for the breath of your last boy.
I've been drinking red rash, boy. I've been trapping on these birds, McCoy. No one bet my rich is really 9 months. Overseas, honey skin, bitch, croissants.
We can stop it at 2:46. What is the date of the release of this song? Or at least when it was posted?
Said premiered January 15, 2021.
And were there any particular words of note to you in this song?
Yes.
What was that?
I shot at his mommy. He no longer mentioned me.
I'm going to show you what has already been admitted as 1 triple DI. Are you familiar with what that location is?
Yes.
And where is that?
That's 1007 Hill Street in Atlanta, Zone 3.
And how are you familiar with that location?
That location was YFN Lucci's mother's residence during the time that she was a victim of 2 drive-by shootings.
And would it be of note, hypothetically speaking, if the drive-bys were purported to be by members of a particular gang whose gang member wrote a song or sang a song that says, I shot at your mommy, now you no longer mention me?
Yes, that would be significant.
Same objection, Your Honor, 704B.
Overruled.
Why would that be of note?
Because it actually happened. It was a real crime that happened where the rival's mama was shot.
Objection on bifurcation.
Showing you, oh, sorry.
You understand the bifurcation
Yes.
issue, so.
I'm going to show you what's already been admitted as 4 DDI. And 5 DDI. 6 DDI. 8 DDI. 11 DDI. And I'm going to also show you 1 GG. Is that the same location?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to show you 3 GG. Showing 6 GG. 14 GG. 17 GG. 20 GG. And 26 GG. Again, as an expert, what if there's a word such as I shot at your mommy and you no longer mention me, and you see particular evidence of that when you're doing your investigation, for you, in your opinion, what if anything is being communicated?
Sustained.
Why is that of significance to you?
Because
as an expert, why is that of significance?
I don't know what the answer is going to be, but it is potentially going to be a 704B issue. So
I'll move on, Your Honor.
All right.
Now, we spoke about the first song, Slime S, and you said you wanted to look at the lyrics to see if there was anything else of note to you. Permission to approach, Your Honor?
You may.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as 535YB. Would that help refresh your memory to look at those words?
Mm-hmm. You ready for me to answer?
Yes, I'm fine.
Just looking at the words, as far as significant for gang or furtherance of gangs, the part about the neighborhood 60s.
Consistent with being, just what is of note to you without talking about whether or not that's
Just
further?
lyrics about neighborhood 60s and troop and stuff like that.
What is the significance of Troop?
Troop was a NH60 leader in over off of Old National Highway.
Okay. And you said an NH60.
Neighborhood rolling 60.
Okay. I want to ask you a few more hypotheticals and then we'll be concluding. Hypothetically, if there was a member of a gang who shot at or in the direction or shot a gang investigator that was trying to arrest him, and this person shot at him multiple times, would it be of any significance to you as an expert if there was a song by a member of that same gang and in that song it says killing 12? Would that be of any significance to you hypothetically as a gang investigator?
Your
As a
Honor,
gang?
I think so.
No, Your Honor, that was the one that you sustained it earlier for mentioning that Mr. App objecting, you sustained it earlier.
That's incorrect.
He asked.
You sustained a different objection I made. She was allowed to testify about her opinion about 12, and it's been asked and answered.
Sustained.
And I'm not talking about the word 12.
Sustained.
Okay. Just generally speaking, when you talked earlier about how the music plays a role sometimes in your investigation, again, are you looking at to see whether or not there is some information that may or may not support any music that you may listen to, that you may find as a part of your investigation?
Objection to our investigation and the contours of it. It's irrelevant.
I'm sorry, say that again.
I object to the premise of her investigation. She can testify to facts. She can't educate the jury on what's important to her.
Okay, can you rephrase the question, please?
Sure. As a gang expert doing your work with gangs, if music becomes a part of your investigation, does it become important if there is any type of evidence or information that support what may be contained within the music?
Well, the same objection, not down to can the jury A rapist.
Sustained.
As an expert, was shooting at a police officer, and could that increase the status in a gang?
Yes.
How?
It shows your the other gang members that you are willing to put in work for the gang, put your life on the line, because sometimes if an officer fires back, then you can be killed, so you will risk your life for the gang. But if you can do it and get away with it, you get stain, and stain, the definition of stain is you get like not really rank, but you can get like appreciation, or you can get, street creds. With a lot of the gang members are looking for to get street creds, not only from the higher ups in the gang, but from the gang members that they, roll with, or even just from the public.
Thank you. Court's indulgence for a moment. No further questions.
All right, cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, go ahead.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
May I ask you some questions?
Yes, sir.
Go and ask this. All right. I want to talk with you about Jeffrey's music.
Okay.
And how many total lyrics or songs has Jeffrey Williams made?
I have no idea. I don't keep up with it. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. And you may have the same answer, so I apologize. How many songs or has he put out, or a record label put out for public consumption, besides how many were made, if you know?
I don't know.
I'm not just including it to you, I'm expanding it to your coworkers, your team, the prosecution team. Do you know if anybody ever had that type of information to your knowledge?
I don't think that was relevant. I think the actual relevance was the things that were said.
I think she's using it in the lay term of the word. So overruled.
I don't even understand. Okay.
You can continue.
I was just saying, I don't think that we targeted the music per se. I think it was just certain songs. We didn't try to keep up with how many songs were released over the years, or it was only particular songs that stood out, that had certain lyrics that kind of either taunted the other side, or, like I said, it's when you rap about stuff that actually happened, we paid attention.
Did you ever look to like a pattern? How many times in Jeffrey Williams' songs, I'll just leave it at his, then I'm going to broaden it, but how many times did he talk about, you know what a lick is?
Yes.
Just tell the jurors, they probably know. But
A lick could be a jacking, a robbery, or putting in work. It could be a smash and grab. Anything to get money. It can be considered a lick.
how often in Jeffrey's music does he use poetry, talk about licks?
Like I said, I don't listen to the music that much just to be an expert on his music. These couple of songs, he talked about licks, but I can't tell you definitely how many times, but I understand that that was a way of life for him and that he...
John, I have a motion.
I'm going to excuse the jury, and I'm going to excuse you, please.
All right, for the jury.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, my belief is that I was asking about Mr. Williams' music and how often he would sing about or use poetry about licks. And the answer that came out is that is his, and I'm not quoting it, but so if I'm wrong, please apologize, but it just happened. I believe that's his way of life, something to that effect. I believe that's character. This is a gang expert. This is a 10-year, 12-year police officer, gang unit, ATF affiliate, and it's just repetitive. We just had the same exact issue come up with the former retired Detective Dennis, and I just don't understand. You know, I'm asking questions. I did not invoke character, and I get that's his way of life. Whatever the quote is. Okay, Mr.
I understand that was a way of life for him. Also, in the same answer, she's talking about not being an expert on his music, and I know she mentions lick as well. I don't think it comes anywhere near what happened with Investigator Dennis. I think that's a kind of vague, I do think it's somewhat non-responsive, but a vague answer that doesn't cross the line in the way that what Investigator Dennis said in his testimony, but I will have her back and instruct her, which frankly she ought to know better anyway. But I do think it was kind of vague enough and wrapped up in enough other things. I'll give a curative instruction if you all would like, or we can just move on. Or you'd prefer.
I would just ask for the mistrial. I believe it will be denied, and that I could preserve it with a curative instruction, yes.
Okay. We need to probably take a break as well, so if you want to work on curative language, I'll just be a couple of minutes, and then I'll be back to consider potential curative language.
Okay.
And if y'all want to get together on it and come up with something that y'all agree to, fantastic. If not, just work on what you think would be appropriate, and then I'll take it into consideration. Let's take our break as well right now. And can you please instruct the witness to stay as far as possible away from things like that that might get into bad character evidence. Thank you.
Thank you, Your
All right,
Honor.
we'll take a quick recess.
How-
10 minutes longer.
Thank you.
I'll be back before then.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, if you would just consider asking the jurors if they can strike from their memories and notes the last response. It was non-responsive of this witness, and we will do it again.
I'll just say disregard the last response of the witness who was non-responsive. And then pick up from there. All right.
Then, Your Honor, can I just reserve my motion for
Yes.
mistrial? Thank you.
And then feel free to re-ask it in a way that is not going to elicit the same thing.
Okay.
All right, can we get the witness on the stand and the jury out? It'll be a couple more minutes, so we'll just recess in place for a few minutes. All right, thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to instruct you to please disregard the last response given by this witness just before the break, as it was non-responsive to the question asked. And go ahead, Mr. Steele.
Thank you. How many songs, if you know, does Jeffery Williams in his poetry talk about lyrics?
I don't know how many.
All right. In your testimony in DeKalb County Federal Court, I believe you said Fulton County, you might have said Gwinnett County. If I'm wrong, you correct me. You've testified as an expert in gang.
In Fulton, DeKalb, Federal, and that's about it. Three. Yeah, the three counties.
I apologize. So in any of those times, have you ever testified about lyrics?
No.
This is your first time?
Yes.
And do you have any experience or study or expertise or training in the history of the rap music?
No.
And do you have any training or study or experience or education in African American literature, culture?
No.
Okay. to prepare for today's testimony, did you ever speak with Jeffery Williams' producers, the people who actually put out the songs?
No,
Do you know whether any of your coworkers ever did that exercise?
I don't know.
Have you ever spoken with the promoters or the marketers who market this music?
No,
Okay. Have you ever spoken with any record label personnel that's affiliated with Jeffery Williams?
no,
How about, do you know whether Jeffery Williams is, you mentioned 3 songs, I believe, Slime, and I'm just not going to say it, but SH_T, Just How It Is, and Bad Boy. Fair to say?
yes,
Do you know who actually wrote the lyrics to any of those songs?
I don't.
Okay. Do you know when any of those songs were actually created? By created, I mean actually done in the studio.
No,
All right. Did you ever speak with any of the co-artists on these songs?
no,
Now, when you talk about, let's say, let's take the song. I'm just going in order of the numbers. So 535 YA, which should be Slime SH_T, okay?
yes,
You testified that it was released in March of 2016 from what you were either told, investigated, found out, discovered. Is that fair to say?
I think we said that that's the date that it was uploaded to YouTube.
Okay. Do you know the date it was actually released?
No,
And on that, you talked about you were interested in a lyric. I just want to make sure that I don't misquote it, about a Tahoe. Is that fair to say?
that's fair to say.
And it's 100 rounds in a Tahoe. If I'm saying it wrong or you think it's different, just, correct me. Is that right?
That's correct.
All right. Do you know what the next line is to that song?
N-word, lighten up your tacos.
What does that mean?
I have no idea.
When it says 100 rounds in a Tahoe, does that mean that the bullets went into a Tahoe, or does it mean that there's 100 rounds of ammunition inside of a Tahoe that someone's driving? If you know.
100 rounds in a Tahoe, it could be either or.
And did you do any type, and I know you, Detective Underwood, did you do any type of investigation to find out, if you could, what is the essence of that line?
I did not. It was just ironic that crime happened with a Tahoe and the victim was the ops.
How many rap songs, I'm just limited to rap songs, and if you don't know, just say, I don't know, talk about rounds in a vehicle?
I don't know specifically how many. I haven't kept up with that.
The next line of that song is something to the effect, and if I'm wrong, again, correct me, give him surgery, not lipo. Do you see that? Is that something like that? And if I'm wrong, just correct it.
Say give him surgery, no lipo.
No lipo, thank you. And then the next one, the next line, or artwork is, they don't blame that, and I'm not going to say it, but BI_CH for pulling you down. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
What does that mean as far as your expertise and analysis with the Donovan Thomas, God forbid, killing with the Tahoe behind him, that there's something to do with a BI_CH pulling that person down?
They don't blame that B word for pulling you down. That could be a woman. It could be reference to a woman bringing somebody down, or.
How does the Donovan Thomas, tell the jurors, from your investigation, how does the Donovan Thomas killing relate to a woman pulling someone down?
I think on direct, we said that the entire song didn't reference the murder. You're making the song about the murder. We said on direct that first line was in reference to the murder.
So
that was it. just a snippet.
I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Okay.
Are you done? I didn't mean
I'm
to.
done.
Okay. So from your analysis, you or somebody, your teammate, found one line and ignoring the context or the other words or lyrics around the line. Is that fair to say?
No, we didn't ignore it, but that particular line stood out because of the words that were used.
Did any of the other lines assist that one line that you're focusing on with the title?
No, but it jumped off into, like F12 and Killing 12. And so 12, Donovan Thomas wasn't 12. So we can't say this song was about just Donovan Thomas. We know that. We know that just that particular first line. And he did it a couple of times. He said it 2 or 3 times in the song. So he jumped around talking about a lot of different stuff in that particular song.
Do songs, in your experience, and it doesn't have to be rap music, do they sometimes repeat lyrics throughout the song?
Yes, they do. The hook, maybe, or yes.
What'd you call it?
The hook.
Okay. Now, you mentioned Killing 12, and the line is something like Killing 12 and then SH blank T. Fair to say?
Yes.
Okay. And 12, I think the jurors know, that's a symbol, a slang for police officers. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
All right. And is this unique to Slime, SH blank T, Killing 12 in music of the rap industry?
I don't understand that question.
Is Killing 12, that phrase, or Killing 12, SH blank T, is that unique to this song?
I'm sure there's a lot of rappers that probably talk about killing the police, but this song had the YSL S word first, then Killing 12 S word. Like it was referencing that's what YSL do, kill 12.
And which police officer, God forbid, was killed that you're referring to?
In this song, I didn't say one was killed, but Killing 12 is like, I want to kill 12, or it could reference anything.
Do you have, through your investigation of this case, your knowledge and collective knowledge, do you have any police officer that, God forbid, has been killed?
No, but I have seen where YSL members have fired at the police more than once.
All right, let me do this. Could you talk about YSL members, and then we're going to come back to the other songs, if that's okay. I'm not trying to jump around on purpose. Can I, would you mind looking at State's Exhibit? I believe it is 418Y. And you just looked at it earlier and helped the jurors.
Okay.
Can you put up the picture more if possible, if it's not? Okay. And you remember this, and this is in 2015 in Houston. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Who is the person to the immediate right? Well, you see Jeffrey Williams in the center,
Yes.
bottom, center bottom. You pointed him out to the jurors.
Yes.
Who's the young lady to his immediate right?
I don't know who that is.
Okay. Let's start on all the way on what we would look at the right, wearing the gray RG. You know what RG is, that sweatshirt?
Rich Gang.
All right. You know what Rich Gang is?
Yes, record label from Baby, Brian Williams.
Okay. And who is that person, if you were?
Who, Brian Williams? I'm sorry. In the picture, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Demikian Garlington, a.k.a. D.
Tell the jurors the last time Jeffrey Williams had any contact whatsoever through your investigation with Demikian Garlington.
I can't tell you. I don't know. I don't know when.
Who is the person now above Demikian Garlington in the white shirt?
That's Kelvin Treadwell, a.k.a. O.G. Bentley.
I'm going to ask you the same question. When is the last time Jeffrey Williams had any communication through your investigation with Mr. Kelvin Treadwell?
I don't know. Back whenever in 2015 when all this was going on, they stayed in touch. But this been, like you said, 10 years ago almost.
Do you know when that touch ended?
No, I don't.
The young man next to him, is that Trontavious Stevens?
Yes.
Also known as Tick or Slug?
Yes.
All right. The young man next to, well, do you know how much contact Jeffrey Williams has with Trontavious Stevens?
I don't know.
All right. The young man next to Mr. Stevens, is that Mr. Demise McMullen, also known as Nard?
Yes.
And how much contact has Jeffrey Williams had with him since 2015?
I do not know.
The gentleman to the right of Mr. McMullen, is that a gentleman named Mr. Sledge,
Yes.
also known as Muntuk?
Yes.
How much contact, or when is the last contact Jeffrey Williams ever had with that gentleman? If
I don't know.
The young lady next to Mr. Sledge, I know you can't identify her, but a sister of Jeffrey Williams, fair to say?
Yes.
All right. And then we come down from the sister, and right in front of her, there's a young man in black with his right hand up all the way to the left. You see that?
Yes.
And that person is?
I think I said on direct, I don't remember. I can't identify that person.
Okay. And how about the person in the red sweatshirt right next to that person's left?
Yeah, I don't know who that is either.
All right. Did I do the person who is to the immediate left of Mr. Williams sitting down holding the bar?
Shannon Stillwell?
Okay. And do you know the last time, and I'm excluding obviously this trial, but the last time that Mr. Jeffrey Williams had any contact?
I don't know, sir.
All right. Thank you for that. Mm-hmm. All right. I want to go back to where we were. And I'd like to talk to you, I'm just going in order of the exhibit number. It's 537YA. I believe it's a song, Bad Boy. Is that fair?
Yes.
And you said it's released.
No, I'm sorry.
You said it's released. Give us a year again or a month again?
We said that it was uploaded, premiered January 15, 2021.
Okay, so January 2021 is approximately 6 years after January 2015. Fair to say?
Yes.
All right. And in that, you highlight or articulate or focus us on a particular lyric. I just want to get the lyric. And that lyric is, I shot at his mommy, now he no longer mentioned me. Fair to say?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
And you related that back to January, I may have, get me on these dates, January 22nd, 2015, January 26th, 2015, shooting at Mr. Bennett's mother's home, and his mother got shot on the 2nd or January 26th, 2015 date. Fair to say?
Yes, but that second part, he no longer mentioned me, it refers to the back and forth that he and Lucci did on social media for the whole world in Atlanta to see. They were going back and forth for a while.
Okay, I want to talk to you about that back and forth, okay? If the shooting happens in January 2015, and the lyric that you're telling the jury about and educating the jury is, I shot his mommy, now he no longer mentioned me, is it your understanding that since the shooting, he being, you're saying Mr. Bennett, right? YFM Lucci?
I'm saying that the mother is that's who he said. He no longer mentioned me. He's referring to Lucci.
YFM Lucci?
Yes.
Also known as, well, his given name is Mr.
Rayshawn Bennett, right.
Okay. So you're saying since January 26, 2015, if I'm wrong, just correct me, Mr. Bennett no longer mentions Jeffrey Williams. Is that what the lyric means to you?
No, the lyric means to me that we have been going back and forth, talking about each other, targeting each other on social media, having words go back and forth. And I think that whenever Jeffrey Williams put something out about his mother. He said something about his mother on social media about he glad he takes care of his mother or something like that. So I'm thinking that he was just taunting or just like he was doing on the videos that he was making. He was taunting him in this song.
Okay, and I know you're giving a state of mind. You're trying to say what Jeffrey Williams was doing, but through your investigation and through this lyric, are you not saying that once the shot, God forbid, came to the mother, on January 26, 2015, this lyric means that he, Minister Bennett, no longer mentions me? Is that what the lyric means? And if it's not, and if your answer just states...
I can't say what exactly it means. I'm saying what I saw as an investigator, as a gang investigator, when the back and forth and the gang beef continued way after the 2015.
Now, the words before in the art, do you know what the words are right before I shot his mommy, now he no longer mentions me?
I don't have that copy of those in front of me.
If I showed you a copy, would that refresh your memory?
Please.
Okay. You have it? May I approach?
You may.
May I approach you?
Yes.
Giving you, if you want to see anything else from the song, just let us know.
Okay.
That refreshes your memory. Just tell me that it does.
Okay. I see where you got the arrow. Okay.
Can you tell the jurors if it's accurate, from your investigation, if it's accurate? Otherwise, we could pull up on Google, whatever you want. Tell the jurors what the line is above the line that you highlighted for the ladies and gentlemen jury.
It says, "You say you won't smoke. I've been coming down the chimney."
And then the next line is the line about?
You got barbecue your B word. I'm so fried and they crispy.
How does the line that you highlighted for the jurors, how does that coincide, if you know, in context, with the line about the chimney and the barbecue?
The part about the smoke is significant because that's slang for you want to keep starting stuff, or you want a piece of me, or it's slang for, when they say you want all the smoke, or I got the smoke, or you don't want no smoke. So that's significant. But the part about the barbecue and the fried and crispy, I can't say what that meant.
Detective, you told the jury that you don't study Jeffery Williams' lyrics or songs. How did you come about learning about these chosen lyrics from these three songs?
It's not that I didn't study them or I don't study them. It's that I can read words and I see what the words say. And a lot of times if I'm investigating something, or if I know it's an ongoing beef between you and the ops, and you sending messages through your music or through the words that you're putting on paper or on wax or whatever they call it, it's noticeable because of the investigation.
Wouldn't you want to then go out and ask somebody who was there at the time of the creation of that song, how did this lyric come about?
No, it's self-explanatory mostly. I mean, it's words, but the words mean stuff. It means something.
From your vantage point of what you do for a living, those words mean exactly what you believe.
Yes, it's been several songs that have gotten people killed around Atlanta, for sure.
Do you know what rap songs are primarily, I'm not saying everyone, primarily about? Rap music.
What is rap music about?
Yeah. Did you ever bother?
It can be expression. It depends on, I guess who it is and what they're saying. Every rapper don't rap about violence and guns and gangs and killing.
Does any other rapper rap about violence and gangs? And
It's a lot of rappers rap about guns and gangs and violence all the time.
And have you ever been to a concert of Jeffery Williams?
No.
Have you ever been to a concert of any performer, rap performer?
I was just at Usher the other night, but he's not a rapper.
Okay. Well, have you ever been at any when you consider a rapper?
Yes. Maybe not recently, but I have been to rap concerts. I'm not really into rap as of late.
Do you ever notice the crowd, that they're all diverse?
Yes.
Do you know whether rap is the number one gross industry financially in the world?
I believe that.
Do you ever think about why is it popular?
Objection, relevant.
Sustained.
Do you know whether this type of violence and gangs and killing 12, is that popular?
It is, but it shouldn't be.
Let me ask you about just how it is, okay? I think that's the third one that you asked about.
Okay.
Oh, before we go to that, Bad Boy, who is the co-artist on that? The jurors saw a video. There were two people singing.
Yes. That's another rapper.
Who is that?
I don't know Bad Boy.
One more time. You don't have to look at anything.
I mean, I'm looking at the name of the person. I don't know him. I just know that he's a collaborator with Mr. Williams.
Do you know that person's performer's name?
No.
Do you know whether any of these lyrics were changed in any way after they were actually sung?
No, I don't know that.
Do you know whether that can occur?
I mean, anything's possible, but whenever they play it on the radio or play it on YouTube or you can kind of look at what the words are and the person is actually rapping it on a music video and you can see it visually, then the words are the words.
I'm saying after it's actually recorded, do you know whether sound engineers or record producers, do you know whether any of the lyrics sometimes get changed?
It's possibly, but like I'm saying, once it's released, the words are the words.
In 539 YA, it's just how it is.
Mm-hmm.
And in that one, you referenced, I done the jacking, now I'm full-time rapping. Remember that?
Yes.
Do you know whether any other artist has that exact lyric before Jeffery Williams used it in the song?
I don't know.
You also targeted, in my words targeted, mentioned the word wax. You just said that. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Tell the jurors what wax means.
It was just my terminology of whenever music is made or the tracks. I kind of reference that with the tracks that are made or or they put it on wax. It could be like on a record or, I'm old, so could be a album or a cassette tape for all I know. But it's just a term that a lot of the artists use when they laying down the tracks or the music.
So this song that the jurors heard is entitled Just How It Is. Fair to say?
Yes.
And in that, you targeted the second time, we known to kill the biggest, and I think you said...
I said kitty, but I think it's cat.
That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I think you said something like kittens of the kitties or something. But it's...
The biggest kitty of the cats, I think I said, but I had it backwards. I think it's...
That's fine.
We killed the biggest cat of all the kitties.
Okay. And you told the jurors that in your vantage point, you believe that may have some reference to Jeffery Williams. from Jeffrey Williams to the Donovan Thomas killing. That's what you said.
Yes.
Okay. Were you aware of Jeffrey Williams being friends with Donovan Thomas in January 2015?
I am.
Okay. And when it says, we known to kill the biggest, and I think you corrected, cats of all the kitties, the line before that, do you have the words in front of you?
I don't.
Would you need to see something?
Yes, please.
You're on me. May I approach? May I approach?
Yes.
I turned it this way just because I did what I did before I made an arrow, but this is the whole song.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Okay.
Find that.
I didn't mean to turn my back. If you were ready.
Okay. Okay, it said, you want me to read the line before, or are we known to kill the biggest cats?
Yeah, if it refreshes your memory, if that's accurate, yes, if you don't mind.
We don't speak about the S word on wax. It's all mob business.
And then goes right into.
We known to kill the biggest cats of all kitties.
So that line above, the one about we don't speak on wax, from your definition of wax, does that mean we don't speak on record, we don't go on something that's permanent to talk about mob business? Is that fair to say?
Yes.
But then this entire song is about criminality. Or most of it, I don't want to say all of it.
The song kind of, it talks about the beef the interaction at Lennox, which happened. It tell you to ask the cops, the detective, they know all the business. So, on one hand, he's saying that we're not going to talk about it, but we talk about it.
That's my point. So it's interesting in that song saying we're not going to talk about anything, but yet it's being talked about, right?
Yes.
You don't know whether any of this music, these lyrics, I know you don't know who wrote them, but you don't know if they're just art, do you? And not autobiographical.
It can be art. It can be looked at as art. I agree that it's art, but I think that when actual crimes are committed and you brag about it in a song, or you reference it in a song, or you taunt your ops in a song, then it causes problems. Because like I said, I've seen where songs have gotten 12-year-olds, 14-year-olds killed here in Atlanta because of things that were said in a song.
Well, that's terrible. But where in any of these songs that you looked at, does it mention the op means opposition? Fair to say?
Yes.
Where does it ever mention IF gang?
What?
IF gang.
It does not.
I mean, that's and you're entitled to it, but that's your opinion. That's your personal opinion, right?
Yes.
Okay. Where does any of these songs mention Jeffrey's friend Donovan Thomas?
It don't.
Now, I want to go to Jeffrey's album releases, and songs releases. If you're not familiar with them, I'm not going to ask you about them, but are you familiar with his songs, like the names and how they're spelled? And
I'm not. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. That's fine. with regards to, you know who Dwayne Carter is?
I do.
Phenomenal performer known as Lil Wayne.
Yes.
Are you familiar with his music?
Yes.
Are you familiar that on or about the 26th day of April 2015, he was here in Atlanta and in a tour bus, and that tour bus was fired upon?
Yes, that was a part of our operation planners.
Okay. Now, you knew Jeffery Williams was performing in or around Holly Grove, Louisiana during that same time, same date. Fair to say?
Yes. Yes.
All right. Now, were you aware through your investigation, through you or your teammates, your prosecution team, that earlier that year, 2015, 2014, Jeffery Williams and the performer known as Lil Wayne did music together?
No, I didn't know that.
Were you aware that in 2016 and 17 and 18, Jeffery Williams and the performer known as Lil Wayne did music together?
Objection, Your Honor. Assume facts not in evidence.
I'm asking.
Sustained.
I'm asking questions if she's aware. All right. Through your investigation, to you or anyone else, can you tell, ladies and gentlemen, jury, whether Jeffery Williams and Lil Wayne did music together 2016, 17, and or 18?
I didn't see that in the investigation.
All right. Do you know if anybody ever spoke with Lil Wayne during your investigation?
I think they might have spoke to his people, maybe, around the tour bus incident. But
Okay.
I'm not sure who and how, because that was like a Cobb County incident, so I think somebody there did.
I'm excluding like a tour bus driver or something. I'm saying like let's do this. Anybody, to your knowledge, ever speak with you? I assume it's not you because you would have told us, but you or other people on your team ever speak with Lil Wayne's musical assistants?
Not that I know of.
All right. Were you aware that Lil Wayne put out, since the tour bus shooting, more recently, an album with Jeffery, or a song with Jeffery Williams?
Objection, assume facts not in evidence.
Sustained.
Do you know whether Lil Wayne has put out a song with Jeffery Williams since the tour bus shooting?
I don't.
Do you do any type of investigation, or do you have any training or experience into the promotion of music, specifically Jeffery Williams rap music?
No.
And by that I mean like something on YouTube, come to this event.
That wouldn't be relevant for my job as a gang investigator.
I couldn't hear you. I
I
apologize.
said that wouldn't be relevant for my job as a gang investigator. I don't study music. I don't, like I said, when we investigate crimes, we look at the crime. The music might come into play once we're looking at the crimes that happen. But as far as us just focusing on music or targeting music, that's not what we do.
Let me show you what I believe. Well, can I have state's exhibit number? Do you mind playing for me? Do you mind? Holly Grove. Let me show you with the court's, Honorable Court's permission, what's already been marked and entered into evidence, but I don't have the number, so
Okay.
Ms. Knight is helping with the number, okay?
Okay.
Your Honor, is it okay if
Yes.
I play that once it
Yes.
is announced? While that's being pulled up, were you present for a February 28, 2015 interview with Detective Dennis? There's others there. And Mr. Copeland, you know who Kenneth Copeland is, Lil Woody?
Yes, I was there, but I think I was like in another room. We have a room where we have a monitor where we can watch the actual interview live. I wasn't actually in the room where they were interviewing.
Okay, so you're watching via some sort of
Monitor.
connectivity, and you can hear what's going on?
Yes.
Okay. I may want to ask you about that, but make sure that we get this first.
Okay.
Your Honor, may I play 117E?
Yes.
As an Aaron. Tell me if you've seen this before. It's already in evidence, okay?
Yeah, YSL. Carter 6 coming out Friday, first show. New Orleans, Holly Grove. Fuck, nigga. Meet me there, better yet. Beat me there, you did. With them dicks, too. Yeah.
Have you seen that before?
Yes.
Okay. And did you do any type of work to determine whether that was choreographed and promoted by the record label or anybody with the record label? Do you know? Okay. All right. In that February 28, 2015, I call it interrogation, interview, whatever, conversation with Mr. Copeland or Lil Woody and one of your team members that you're watching on the other line or other room.
Right.
Do you remember it coming up by Detective Dennis saying it's marketing? A lot of rap is entertainment, it's marketing. Do you remember all that?
Somewhat. It's been a while. But
Do you have any knowledge of how much money has gone into marketing the performer known as Young Thug? Do you know?
I'm sure a lot.
And that marketing backs up a certain type of image for the music. Is that fair to say?
That's fair to say.
Did you ever speak with any of the marketers to prepare for this case at all?
I did not.
Do you know who Future is, a performer, fabulous performer, Future?
Future, the rapper?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you know whether that performer has any type of symbol, like an animal symbol? And if you don't, just...
No, can't think of one.
Okay. Do you know whether Lil Wayne has a symbol?
Nah, it's not coming to me right away.
Okay. Does a goat sound familiar? And if you don't know, just...
That sounds familiar. It seemed like I seen that on an album cover or something.
Okay. And Future, an eagle? Does that sound right?
That sounds right.
And Drake, an owl?
Yes. I remember the owl.
And have you seen Jeffrey Williams collaborate with all those different individuals, those performers?
I have.
And have you seen their album covers or pictures with the snake and the goat, the owl and the snake, the eagle and the snake? Have you seen that?
I've seen a couple of them, not all of them. I really haven't paid attention to them.
Okay. I want to go over with you. You were asked questions about the rodeo tour, or what known as the rodeo tour,
Yes.
and you were asked about whether crime slowed down in March of 2015, something to that effect. You remember that?
Yes, I do.
All right. Do you know what Jeffrey Williams' schedule was in January 2015?
No.
Do you know how many days he was physically in Atlanta area?
No.
How about in February 2015?
I don't know.
Is that going to be the same answer for the rest of 2015?
I mean, looking at this exhibit, he was pretty busy.
Well, that exhibit ends on around April 2015. Is that fair to say?
That's fair to say.
Did you ever, through your investigation, know that Jeffrey Williams was performing all over the world in 2015?
I did not really keep up with it, but we kept up with it, but we didn't keep up with it. So we kind of noticed, like you said, the slowdown of the crime in March, which we saw that, he was on tour and gone a lot. So
When was the uptick again in the crime?
it started back in April.
Okay. Do you know where Jeffrey Williams, whether he was in Atlanta in April?
According to this tour thing, he was April 15th, April 1st, April 2nd, and April 3rd. He was on tour, so the rest of April, I can't say where he was.
Do you know whether he was in Atlanta?
I don't know.
And that's going to be the answer for the rest of the year, right?
Yes.
Where was Jeffrey Williams physically living in 2014?
I have no idea.
How about 15?
15, I was a part of the search warrant team. Well, can I talk about that? That the resident.
Yeah. Your Honor, I think we need to move past.
Just answer the question of whether you know where he was living.
Yes, some parts of 2015.
Okay. How many residents did he have in 2015?
I'm not sure. I just know of one.
How about 16? 2016?
No.
Same answer throughout until May of 2022?
Same answer.
All right. Do you know whether he was living for a considerable periods of time outside of Atlanta during all those years?
I don't know.
Okay. How many times in and around January 2015, God forbid the killings, January 10th, 2015, okay? How many times did Jeffrey Williams initiate, he's the one to initiate the caller to Demise McMullen?
I don't know.
How about Kenneth Copeland?
I don't know.
Justin Cobb?
I don't know. I didn't look into that part of the investigation.
Okay. All right. Now, you were asked about whether Jeffrey Williams, you were shown a stack. It's Jeffrey Williams exhibit numbers 220, and then it starts with A and it goes alphabetically throughout. You were asked about January 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th, whether you found any schedules of concerts. You remember that question?
That was on the flyers.
Yes.
Did we see any flyers?
Yes.
Because it was a list of flyers for the whole year, I think.
Yes. Do you know who got those flyers?
No.
Okay. Do you know who Detective Racy is, by any chance?
I do.
Now, January 11th, 2015, do you know where Jeffrey Williams physically was?
I don't.
Do you know whether he was filming a music video?
I don't.
Assuming facts, not evidence.
Sustained.
Same question on the 12th. Do you know what he was doing?
On the 12th, where he was? I don't know.
Do you know what type of work he was doing on the 11th, 12th, 13th, et cetera?
I don't.
Your Honor, may I have a moment? May I have a moment?
Yes.
Thank you. Your Honor,
Yes.
I don't have any other questions. Thank you. Thank you, Detective.
All right,
Thank you.
Mr. Apt.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good afternoon, Detective. My name's Jay Apt. I represent Mr. Kendrick.
How you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
Good.
So I listened carefully to your testimony. When you were giving an answer about, or answers about a photograph depicting Mr. Kendrick standing on the hood of a vehicle, you said you wanted to focus on, quote, the crime at hand and who committed it, correct?
I didn't say it was a crime. I said it was disrespect.
Okay. So you don't believe that my client was committing a crime?
If he didn't damage the vehicle, no.
Uh-huh. All right, great. And you didn't, you perceived that that was an act of disrespect, correct?
Did.
Okay. Did you question Mr. Kendrick or any of Mr. Kendrick's associates about him doing that?
I did not.
Did you question Mr. Rayshawn Bennett about that incident?
No, I didn't.
And to be clear for the jury, Rayshawn Bennett is the person who you believe owned that car, correct?
Correct.
He's also known as YFN Lucci, right?
Yes.
So you didn't question him about how he perceived it?
No.
And you didn't question any of Mr. Bennett's associates or friends about that incident?
I didn't, but Mr. Lucci spoke out on a pod with how he felt about that.
Okay. But you don't know for you're assuming that it was gang related, correct?
I'm not assuming. I know what was going on when that happened.
You didn't question anyone involved, but you knew
I didn't
what was
have to
going on?
question. I knew that it was a gang beef going between YFN, Lucci and his crew, and also YSL and their crew.
When is the last time before that photograph that Mr. Bennett and Mr. Kendrick spoke in person? Do you know?
I think they ran into each other at Lennox, but that was just according to social media, where they actually talked about them running into each other or talking.
Do you know whether or not they ran into each other that day at the mall?
I think I saw something on social media saying that they did.
Is it possible that they made a bet that day and this was just someone winning a bet?
I don't know what was said.
You don't know, right? Because you didn't ask anyone, correct?
No, but the
You're
guy
assuming.
stood on the
Hang on,
guy.
let her finish her answer, and y'all are kind of talking over each other, so try not to do that. Thank you.
Sorry, Your Honor.
It's all right.
I don't know it, but I don't think they even made a bet because, like I said, it was a lot of animosity and tension between the two groups.
And you wouldn't know because you didn't bother to question any of them, right?
I didn't question them, no.
Yeah. So you don't know for certain whether it was gang related or a bet or what the reason was or the intent was behind Mr. Kendrick standing on that vehicle. That's fair to say you don't know because you didn't question any of them.
I saw the reaction of Mr. Lucci when he was questioned about it.
Why not ask him? Why not go and ask him then?
I didn't have to ask him. I saw his reaction. He wasn't happy.
You didn't have to follow the evidence?
He
or
wasn't
investigate?
happy.
Is it possible he wasn't happy because he lost a bet and it had nothing to do with gang activity? Yeah, it is assuming facts. You don't know one way or another what the reason or intent was in my client's mind. Isn't that fair to say?
I don't know what his intent was, but he got a reaction out of Lucci.
You believe in the First Amendment, right?
I do.
You believe in people's right to free speech.
I do.
You believe in musicians' ability to create lyrics for art, right?
I do.
But you stated in your testimony that you think rap music that depicts violence is popular, but it shouldn't be.
I agree. It shouldn't be glorified.
And
I stand by that.
you also said that there are songs which have killed children in Atlanta. Which songs?
I don't know specific songs, but I know that is music. The reason for the beef as far as the Atlantic Station situation, they were going back and forth on social media with songs and disrespecting each other. Next thing you know is gunplay and children are dead.
You're the expert, detective. Which songs? Which songs regarding rap violence caused the death of children?
I don't know the name of the songs, but I know that those particular kids were involved in music, talking about each other in the music. Then it's violence spawned because of the music.
Do you think you should be an expert on rap lyrics?
Sustained.
I never said I was an expert on rap music. You said that.
You understand that lyrics, and even lyrics about violence, can be used as art to depict, to be marketed and for commercial purposes without being factual, right? You agree with that?
I have heard of that and seen that, but
and that can be done in movies.
It's not a good thing. That's all I said.
Not a good thing?
Right.
You ever seen the movie The Untouchables with Robert De Niro?
Probably not.
No?
No.
Goodfellas?
Seen Goodfellas.
Okay. So do you think Robert De Niro should be charged with crimes because he depicts murder and violence?
No.
What about Al
didn't do it.
Pacino?
If he was charged when he stepped off the movie set and he went and did the actual things that he did in the movie, then yes, he should be charged.
But you said in earlier testimony that if it's depicting previous actual acts of violence, then that should be a crime.
Like I said, if Robert De Niro left the movie set and went out and shot somebody like he did in the movie, then yes, he should be charged.
That's not what you said earlier. You said...
I would say argumentative, Your Honor.
Okay. Did you say earlier that someone who is rapping about a previous act of violence should be held responsible for that?
That's not what I said.
Okay.
I said that they put in the music or in the wording of the songs things that have happened, meaning whether it was a shooting, whether it was a drive-by, whether it was a smash and grab, whatever. I say that sometimes this can be a confession. Sometimes it can be taunting just to the other gang members or the ops or whatever.
So if it's taunting, then it should be criminalized. Is that your...
I didn't say that either.
Okay. So Bob Marley singing "I Shot the Sheriff" is okay too, right?
He shoot the sheriff in real life like that man did up in Kentucky, then yes.
Yep. Yeah.
Or if it's like the sheriff shot the judge.
You don't know much about Bob Marley's life, do you?
What do I got to do with anything?
But you understand that you've already testified that you have no concrete evidence that the lyrics that were played in this courtroom earlier are directly related to any actual criminal activity, right?
I didn't say it was connected to criminal activity. I never said that.
Well, okay. So they're just art. They're just free speech then. We can agree on that?
It's free speech, but like I said, when you talk about a crime that actually happened and your group is the suspect, it's
what? It's what?
It's obvious that you were involved maybe in that crime.
It's obvious that you were involved if you're singing about it?
Could have been.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to object to the characterization of it's obvious that you were involved maybe. And I'm going to object to Mr.
Overruled. What else? Hang on. To Mr. App's misstatement. Is that what you said? Ask your question again.
Thank you, Your Honor. So what you're saying is if someone sings about an act of violence that previously occurred, then it's obvious that they were involved.
That is a misstatement. That wasn't.
Is that what you're saying?
Not exactly. I'm saying that if crimes have been committed and then you go brag about it in a song, it's hard to defend that you didn't have anything to do with what you're pretty much confessing in a song.
Okay, and I guess that's my point. If Robert De Niro plays Al Capone, and he's playing Al Capone in a movie, is it then obvious that he's the one who's in the mafia? I don't understand. Why is it that singing about a previous crime that occurred somehow ties you to that crime? What evidence do you, and let me rephrase, what evidence do you have that either Mr. Kendrick or Mr. Williams actually committed the murder of Donovan Thomas?
I didn't give you any, I didn't tell you that I had evidence of that. Did I tell you that?
You testified.
I testified that they killed Donovan Thomas?
You testified that it was obvious.
Got me mixed up. I didn't tell you that.
So it's not obvious that they're involved?
Objection, Your Honor, because I'm not sure where we're going to go, and so I want to.
Well, a minute ago.
Hang on and let me listen to her objection.
Can we approach her?
Yes. All right, Detective, we just want to make sure that with regard to Mr. App's questioning, he's going to confine his questions to things that have to do with his client, Mr. Kendrick. And you should likewise confine your answers to things that have to do with his client right now while he's the one questioning, okay? And not talk about any of the other co-defendants on trial here. And things like a search warrant that got the results of which were suppressed, don't even veer into territory like that. And I'm not going to go through all of the different possibilities, but just be mindful when you testify to be careful not to testify to anything that, as an experienced detective shouldn't be being talked about, okay?
Okay.
All right, any other kind of parameter anybody wants to mention?
Well, Your Honor, and I guess I'm speaking to the detective as well. Detective. Okay. I represent Shannon Stillwell. I am not asking this question, and he is specifically asking about Mr. Kendrick. I would not anticipate that the answer would include pronouns such as they or things of that nature. And I would ask that anything be strictly limited to Mr. Kendrick.
I understand.
All right, anybody else?
I'll absolutely limit my questions relating only to Mr. Kendrick.
All right. Okay, I think we're ready to get the jury back. They may not be ready to come back, but